Part 2. Crimson Flower. Pegasus Moon. Tempest of Swords and Shields. With Deirdre under Imperial control, the Leicester Alliance ceases to exist, and its remaining lords ally themselves with the Empire. The Black Eagle Strike Force, having now conquered all of Eastern Fodlan, confidently moves to invade the kingdom.
And that concludes Count Burghley's report. Just as Claude said, the old alliance has willingly fallen under Imperial rule. However, knowing him, there is no telling what manner of poison could be waiting within. We must be careful not to expose any weakness.
Of course, though it seems we can now attack the kingdom without issue.
True. However, you should know that Lord Arundel has entered Deirdre. It would seem he has already started collecting the relics of the old alliance.
Let him do as he pleases for now. It's not yet the time to chide him.
Understood. As for the kingdom, as we theorized, it is not entirely united. If we defeat the royal family of House Blathed, and a handful of other notable houses, it should fall under our control quite readily. Those we must target include the houses Fraldarius, Galatea, Gautier, and Karen. We have allies who are close to some of those lords. Perhaps that can be used to our advantage. Persuasion by tears or threats. Perhaps one would consent to act as a hostage. We must make good use of the tools given to us.
What about House Rowe in Arian Road, the fortress city? Will they not side with us?
The head of House Fraldarius, Lord Rodrigue, has entered the city. It is possible that he has seized it.
I see. Then it might prove too difficult to strike Ferdiad right away.
Either way, when preparations are complete, we can begin our deployment into the kingdom.
That part of the plan remains unchanged. Professor, is something wrong? This month, we must again put all of our effort into preparing for battle. I'm counting on you, my teacher. Ah! Professor, you didn't hear anything just now, did you? Cute! Huh. Well, be that as it may, it is not your concern. It was nothing. I told you it was nothing and I meant it. It's just... well, there was a rat. I don't enjoy the company of rats. I believe I've told you about this before. About when I was held captive beneath the palace. There were a lot of rats there. To this day, I just... What? Oh, Professor, leave here at once. I recall now that Hubert needs to speak with me. I must change my clothes. Now, whatever you do, don't look this way. Then forget what you saw. That's an order.
You know as well as I do the day's coming that we'll have to fight the Archbishop and her knights. We've got some strong fighters here, sure. But even with all our training, I don't know if we can win. I just don't see how any of us can compete with the Archbishop, say, turning into a monster. That's exactly what I was just saying. I've always appreciated how you listened to me.
What the?
I'm no noble, so it won't make much difference to me. But it hasn't really hit me yet that the Alliance is finished. I wonder where Claude is now. What he's getting up to.
Yes. I just wanted to help out my brother Randolph. so I aspire to be a soldier. My brother puts his life on the line to fight, so I'll put everything I have into it too. Eventually, the enemy will attack, and when they do, we'll defend this place to the bitter end.
I think. I've lived at Garrigmock Monastery for a few decades now. Still, the other day I got myself all turned around. There are so many secret rooms and hidden passages. Maybe I'll take the time to properly search the place. Care to join me? I expect it'd take a whole day.
Hey,
First Lester, and next Fargus? That'll be really tough. Look, Professor, fighting Fargus? Isn't there some way we can come to an understanding? Yeah, but Edelgard and her idiot sidekick haven't shown much desire to compromise, have they? Truthfully, I hate the idea of planning to kill people I used to be so close with. I guess everybody feels that way, though.
How about this? They call Lord Rodrigue, who's defending Aryan Road, the Shield of Fargus. He used to be on friendly terms with Dimitri's father, the former king. There's no chance that he'll surrender to us.
Professor, the worst part about going into battle is knowing you might have a friend fighting for the other side. You were a mercenary, Professor. Were you always prepared for that? Guess I need to learn. Won't make a very good mercenary otherwise, will I? Fighting old friends. There's nothing worse. My hands shake just thinking about it. I'm glad Claude didn't die. Does that make me soft?
What do you say? The battle ended without House Ordelia getting involved. Although, I've no desire to continue on with my family. So from here on out, it's up to Edelgard. I have Claude to thank. Ultimately, this ended without the Alliance being entirely consumed by this war. It's all thanks to Claude.
Professor Claude von Regan. What an interesting character. Underneath that compassionate exterior, he was always cold and calculating. Ordinary fools run headlong into combat without even considering the possibility of defeat. But to consider one's chances and to prepare for plans to go awry, that takes real intelligence. I have to say, I am impressed beyond words. I have a request for you.
what the? You're too soft. I'm talking about Claude. Our Emperor mercilessly cuts down all those who stand in her way. But perhaps she is more tolerant of those who know their place.
Okay. Randolph has a big appetite. It does a heart good to see him. And he's handsome too. Compared to him, Hubert is... Forget I said anything. We may be witnessing a key moment in history. Hundreds of years from now, your name and Edelgard's will be written in the history books, Professor. What? How? I think it's just amazing. I wonder who will decide whether we did the right thing or not. Well, it won't be us anyway. Probably the people of a future era.
The kingdom always is cold. We have hatred for the cold. Bridget is not cold. We have no cold spirit. Does the goddess of Fodlan give protection from the cold? I am wishing I knew how to ask her.
Okay. Professor, oh, Claude. I'm so relieved that he managed to make it out alive. You'll be fighting the kingdom next, right? Then, the church? Isn't there some way we can do this without fighting Dimitri and Lady Rhea? I suppose not.
Upsetting. Hey!
May I say, General Ladislava is really popular among the citizens of the Empire. If I remember correctly, the Emperor herself has recognized her genius and made her a general. Despite her considerable talent, she never puts on airs. And she's beautiful, too. She's even known as the Scarlet Warrior.
Hey, how about a favor?
Say now, doesn't seem to be much unrest in the former Alliance territories, perhaps thanks to Count Burgley's strength. That said, General Randolph is the head of one of the branches of House Burgleys. It was once difficult for someone from a branch family to get ahead in life. But under Her Majesty, anyone who accomplishes great deeds during the war will see more success than they could have ever imagined.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You may already know this, but the Kingdom and the Alliance were once a single entity. The leaders of the Alliance, House Regan, are actually a branch of the Blythed royal family. In a way, it's just a battle of the part of the Blythed family tree that rose in rebellion against the Empire.
Deirdre's fallen. The Alliance nobles have surrendered to the Empire. We made it through with as few losses as possible. Not bad, all things considered. But I doubt it'll be so easy to deal with Fargus.
I can't to think. I saw the end of the Leicester Alliance with my own eyes. I witnessed a turning point in the history of my homeland. I'm not sure how to express my feelings right now. No, I don't have a gift for words. But perhaps I'll tell my children someday, if I have any, so that posterity can remember our triumph.
You there!
The main body of the Imperial Army is moving to the western region of the former Alliance territory to attack the Kingdom. The time when victory or defeat will be decided between us and the Kingdom is close at hand.
Hi.
Your next opponents will be the Kingdom's army and the Knights of Seros. Both fearsome foes. Put the mobility of my troops to good use, and let us protect the Kingdom's western battlefront. When this month has ended, I'll depart. I pray that you have good luck in battle.
What about this?
It goes without saying, but Garreg Mach is the most important sacred place to the Church of Seros. The Knights of Seros will try to get this place back by any means necessary. I don't think they're going to stay in the Kingdom capital forever. We should stay vigilant.
It seems all that praise of Claude's ingenuity was largely unfounded. A truly clever man would have realized defeat was inevitable and surrendered. Or failing that, he could have rallied the Alliance nobles to secure a real fighting chance. I regret not telling him so. But I suppose a man like him will not remain hidden for long. Did you meet my father and Deirdre? I guess he'll be responsible for controlling the Regan territory and maintaining popular support. Not really sure what all that means, though. Are you sure? I figured you'd say something about me having to study more. Oh, I get it. This is a test. I'm definitely gonna have to brush up.
The majority is with us. This conflict will end soon. I am so moved by the Alliance nobles' decision. That is true nobility, acting in accordance with the people's needs and wishes. As war drags on, those living near the front lines inevitably get the worst of it. We will not see such a peaceful resolution in Fargus, I am afraid, as it is ruled by the royal family, not a council of nobles.
A moment, please.
Right.
Definitely.
My father is holding Aryan Road secure. Our next battle will be there, against him, or in Ferdiad, which the king is protecting. You just worry about yourself.
Hey there. Finally, the kingdom. After that, we'll battle the church. I volunteered for monastery guard duty. It was more for my family than anything. But now, from the bottom of my heart, I want to see Her Majesty ruling this land. Even if it costs me my life, I will protect Garreg Mach.
Hey!
Let me see. What? King Demetria Fargus possesses superhuman strength. I heard he can lift a horse with a single hand. I wonder if it's true.
Can you help me?
While the battle with the Alliance is over, we still need to stay vigilant. Both the Church and the Kingdom are not to be taken lightly. I have a feeling we'll draw their attention soon. Weapon prep and training are of the utmost importance, now more than ever.
War isn't kind to you if you're a recluse. By the time you realize what's going on, you're already under attack. And if you're off by yourself, you can get killed with no one ever even finding out. Got me out of my room at least. That's good, right?
Dear God, I wonder... Was there really no way to end it without fighting Claude? You're probably right. I suppose the only thing I can do for him now is pray that he may live the rest of his life in happiness.
Professor, I've been exploring the Holy Mausoleum. It's quite interesting in there. There is a mechanism I believe would allow us passage into the Holy Tomb, but I'm unclear on how to activate it. My research hasn't turned up much. It may come down to asking the Archbishop for details. Indeed. We'll see if it's worth the trouble.
If the Alliance falls, then the Kingdom will... There's no time to waste. If we hesitate, we risk losing the initiative. I do think we should let the troops rest, though. We must maintain morale, Professor. And let's make sure this matter stays between us. If it gets out, I'll struggle to forgive even you. Thank you.
Could I trouble?
It seems Claude has disappeared. Do you suppose this means the end of House Regan? While the crest of von Regan is not terribly rare, the long lineage of the von Regan family will be broken. No, at the very least, I think not. There are other lesser crests to research. Yet I am a human first and a scholar second. For now, I grieve the fallen and pray for those still living.
Hey, you! The Leicester Alliance is no more. 300 years of history. Gone and done. They write operas about events like this, you know? I'm sure you'll be played by the most handsome actor of the time. Hearts will pound as he takes the stage. A diva will play 80. You'll fall madly in love, even if it isn't historically accurate.
That reminds me.
You must know this already. The former Fargus territory used to belong to the Empire. The Battle of Tailtean, where Nemesis was defeated, put Fargus under the Empire's control. Centuries later, a revolution sprung up in Fargus, and through the mediation of the Church, the kingdom gained independence. The ringleader of the revolt became the first king, Lug von Blaidd. The Blaithids, the royal family of Fargus, are directly descended from Lug, who was also known as the King of Lions. If you look at it from the point of view of the Empire, the kingdom is just a bunch of traitors